There is a moment I need you to retrieve from the archive of your recent memory. It wasn't a moment that would have captured the attention of a camera or earned the applause of a crowd. It didn't result in a headline, and it certainly didn't produce an immediate, visible reward that confirmed you were making the right choice. Instead, it was something quiet, a decision made in the heavy silence of your own private midnight. It might have been a choice to remain honest when a shortcut was easily available, or a decision to extend grace to someone who didn't deserve it, even while your own heart was breaking. This was the moment you opted for the far more expensive currency of integrity. You chose a path that cost you something tangible. Perhaps it was your time, your pride, your comfort, or even a financial resource you weren't sure you could spare. You acted when you were bone tired, when every rational, self-protective instinct in your mind was screaming for you to do the opposite, to look out for yourself, to compromise just this once, to let the exhaustion finally win. But you didn't. You stayed the course when no one was watching, to hold you accountable. And that specific, costly choice is the reason everything in your life is about to change. You have been carrying a weight that most people will never understand. It is not the simple tiredness that comes from a long day of work. It is a specific, disorienting weariness that only the faithful ever experience. This is the exhaustion of sustained persistence without visible results, the spiritual fatigue of choosing well, acting rightly, and giving generously, only to watch the sun set on another day where your circumstances haven't moved an inch. For the chosen one, this weariness is harder to carry than the exhaustion of an active struggle. When you are fighting a visible enemy, the pain makes logical sense. But when you are being faithful in the vacuum of silence, your mind begins to offer a perfectly reasonable case for why your efforts are being wasted. You have sat in the private hours between your public consistency and your private honesty, wondering if your choices are actually connected to anything real. You have wondered if the integrity you've cultivated is simply a burden you've chosen to carry for no reason. I am here to tell you that this weariness is actually the most profound evidence of your calling. It is a sign of a spirit that has refused to settle for the easy path of the unfaithful. There is a vital distinction that many people miss: the difference between a sincere intention and a material expression of faith. You have always had the right heart. You have had the prayers, the hopes, and the internal plans. These are not wasted, but they do not carry the same spiritual weight as an action. Action is the moment your internal belief is converted into an external reality. It is when your faith becomes flesh in the physical world. Your recent action was exactly this kind of conversion. By acting at a personal cost in real time, you moved your faith out of the realm of wishing and into the realm of demonstrating. Heaven does not respond to a wish. It responds to a trigger. And your action was a spiritually significant trigger that set a miracle into motion. You provided the material evidence that your faith is more than just feeling. It is a conviction so deep that it dictates your behavior even when your circumstances are arguing against it. This demonstration has unlocked a provision that was already prepared for your life but was waiting for this specific evidence before it could be released. You might have worried that your sacrifice was lost in the noise of a busy world, but it was seen with a complete and terrifyingly beautiful clarity. The divine perspective didn't just see the action you took. It saw the internal resistance you had to overcome to do it. It saw the fear you felt while you were acting, the pride you swallowed, and the specific cost you paid without any guarantee of a return. Heaven does not evaluate your performance based on how it looked to others. It responds to the unedited reality of your heart. Every detail of that recent moment was recorded, not just the what, but the how much it cost you. Because you didn't advertise what you did, And because you didn't seek public affirmation, the response you are about to receive is being engineered with that same level of private, precise detail. The one who needed to see it saw it all, and the miracle currently moving toward you reflects that completeness. It is important to understand that what is coming is not just a fix for a current problem. Many people pray for relief, a way to make the pressure more manageable or a way to return to a neutral state. But for a chosen one, a miracle is never just about comfort. It is about altering your life trajectory. The breakthrough arriving in your life is a seed intended to initiate an entirely new chapter. When this provision arrives, whether it is a financial resource, a relationship, or a sudden opportunity, your first question should not be how does this solve my problem, but rather what is this building? Miracles in your life are missional. They are designed to give you a forward momentum that you could not have achieved on your own. Pay close attention to the direction the miracle is pointing toward, because the pointing is just as significant as the provision. You are being moved into a position where your life becomes a visible legacy, a demonstration to everyone watching that faithfulness produces outcomes that defy human logic. The reason the wait has been so long and the pressure so intense is because the miracle coming toward you is significantly, measurably, and visibly larger than anything you have received before. A miracle of this scale requires a vessel that can hold it without breaking. And that vessel is you. This difficult season was specifically designed to build your capacity to resize your spirit, so that you could carry the weight of this new blessing. Think about the version of yourself that entered this season and compare it to the version of you that exists today. They are not the same person. You can now navigate complexities that would have overwhelmed you a year ago. You can sit with uncertainty and sustain pressure that would have shattered your previous self. You have developed a tested, proven resilience through the demanding work of believing without seeing. The miracle is sized to this new version of you. The fit between who you have become and what is arriving is more precise than anything you could have engineered through your own effort. As you approach the finish line, you must be wary of a specific, costly tendency common among chosen ones, the habit of almost receiving. Because you have been trained by disappointment and the weariness of the wait, you may reflexively step back just as the breakthrough arrives. You may find reasons why you aren't ready, or why the timing is off, or why the miracle doesn't match the template you had in your mind. This is a protective mechanism of lowered expectation, but you must release it. Do not let your imagination's limited pictures prevent you from recognizing the real miracle when it arrives in an ordinary form or through an unexpected human channel. You are not almost ready. You are ready. The preparation is complete, and the miracle is not almost released. It is released. Your only job now is to move from the posture of believing to the posture of fully possessing what has been offered. The season of visible fruit, the season of believing without seeing is ending, and the season of seeing what you have believed is beginning. Your recent action was the final trigger heaven was waiting for. Stay open, stay expectant, and do not be distracted by the weight you have been carrying. Your miracle is in motion, and when it arrives in its full, visible dimension, it will make every day of the long, faithful wait make perfect, breathtaking sense.